Fuck. So, this is I get to see myself this time. You get to see us. Are we on?
No,
not
I
yet.
didn't hit record yet.
Record.
I was just seeing how it looked. Oh, fuck. We're live on the other one.
Yeah, I mean it's just rolling. I've clapped.
We're live. Oh, it blocks my chain.
What do you mean it blocks your chain?
Gotta show the ice, dog. Doll at me.
You can like.
I literally got this for the pod, but I end up wearing it like around town, and then I'm like walking to the bank, like, oh Jesus, and I like tuck it in.
I feel like an idiot.
Like at home, I'm like, I'm cool, and then in public, I'm like, I look like a fucking asshole.
I wore,
even if it was real, it's like this guy's a fucking idiot. Like,
I wore the big one, and then that green leather jacket, which I still am like. I looked it up. I think that's a woman's jacket. I gave it away. So like,
I was wearing a woman's sweatshirt earlier. I was like, why is it zipping from the left?
Dude, like all the zipper and like everything about it was oriented like the way it was like expandable on the sides too. And I'm like, yeah, this is a chick's jacket. I got a Foreman Mills for like $20.
Fuck
it was like a nice leather jacket and shit. So I went to like some Christmas party or something for my job, and like we had to go to like a movie theater where like I knew people that worked at the movie theater wearing that, sunglasses, and a fucking like the big gold chain. It just felt like such a dipshit. I like walked in there with like supreme confidence. Everybody's like, I'll have like they went like halvesies, like I think like 3 ways they all went in on like one of the alcoholic milkshakes. And I like
they make alcoholic milkshakes.
Yeah, it was the one the Harbor Square Theater in Stone Harbor. It's like the same company that has Tilton, so it's like the alcoholic, like they have a full bar, but like they do like milkshakes and shit. So yeah,
I didn't know there was booze, milk, beverages.
No.
I know there's like Kahlua and cream and stuff. But
yeah, like they just
a
put
vodka
like
milkshake sounds gnarly.
They just put like fucking tequila in a fucking like it's like a margarita. I don't know.
And a milkshake.
Yeah,
it's not like a margarita.
It's similar.
It's like a dairy Rita.
Yeah, I don't fucking care.
It's probably good.
It's probably delicious. I don't know. I didn't go for that. I just got like double tequila. I was like, I'm just gonna sit here and be embarrassed in the dark. Yeah. And then drove home. I drove my boss to the fucking thing.
Jesus Christ, Joey. I should be talking about this on live. You can't even cut this out.
I don't care.
We have one viewer.
Stu.
It's Donna.
What's up, Donna?
What's up, Donner?
I fucking ran into Donna at the dollar store the other day. I was getting water, and I had like a whole bunch of them. And then I was like, what are you getting? She's like, the exact same thing.
Which one? The one right over here?
Oh yeah, right over there.
I run into everyone at this Dollar General.
I know, it's like the fucking trading post over there.
It's like the local fucking grocery store. There's nothing over here.
I'm telling you, we need to like get that little fucking place in Corbin City, open a little bodega, and put Dollar General out of business. Blacktooth Bodega.
No, we couldn't go there.
I don't know. Where were you thinking?
I thought you meant somewhere over here. I'm an idiot. I thought you meant like go across the street from Dollar General. I'm like, we're gonna lose. They'll beat us.
Why are we gonna be across the street?
I don't know. You said Corbin City. I just was like, we're gonna be right next to the competition. Like you know how Lowe's does that? They're like, fuck it, we're gonna build it right across the street from Home Depot. Like we cannot compete with Dollar General.
Dude, I actually like had this like thought too about how Harbor Freight is like the undermining of like all of those. And have you been to the one in Rio Grande where they just really gave no fucks? They were like, yeah, we're gonna park it right, like literally our entrance is going to be the entrance to Lowe's.
No,
like,
I've never been in that one. I've only been in the EHT one.
The one in Rio is pretty nice. The EHT one's fine. I like
it.
I like them both. I love that store.
Harbor Freight sucks, but it's one of those stores that I just like walking around. Like I know I'm not really gonna get anything quality, but you're like, hey man, fucking bungee cords for $6 for 30 of them, like
100 zip.
Even if 4 of them break, who cares?
100 zip ties for like $5. Like,
dude, I got tarps real cheap when I was trying to paint my car and I had to cover it up. Like, got like 10 tarps for like fucking $30. It was like ridiculous. I made like a whole tent out of the fucking
all the gear stuff, like all the fake Pelican cases. Those are all from Harbor Freight too. Yeah. So like everything I have like that's not like a Ryobi tool in my house is from Harbor Freight.
Yeah,
we get comments going. What do they say? Or is it just people popping in?
Donna says sparkling waters for life, and then 2 other people joined that. I don't know. Two bots.
Hell yeah.
I hate when you're watching a live and they're like, who's on? But like,
who's on?
Anteater 35 and Hello 113.
Yeah, these are Chinese bots.
Thanks for watching, China.
Thank you. We're very Chinese.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, the first I don't even have a topic.
We're not going to pay attention to the live anymore.
Yeah, it's just fuck it. But the only thing I really wanted to bring up was all that the fuck my Instagram reel or my YouTube reels. I was obviously
you have to figure a way to like chop them into the video.
I can. I absolutely can.
That makes like such good.
All the videos I sent you though were like fucking hilarious. It was just the hood rat one specifically because I wanted to know if you had any context to. And I'll chop it in here. But
I don't.
Okay, but like, have you ever heard it in rap? Because I heard like 5 rap songs about this thing called The Button. Like, do you know what I'm talking? Like, have you ever
The Button?
The Button. So it's this one. The
Switch.
The Switch. Yeah, that one.
That's just like a illegal modification to handguns that makes them automatic.
Okay, so
I don't know shit about guns, but
okay, but like, so the guy's showing off. It says incognito switch. I'm not even sure if I'm going to post this one, but it's like this was on YouTube.
Probably get us banned.
Yeah, whatever. I got a copyright strike for the Pete. What's his face? But yeah, but then like this one where it's like this is a felony. Like this is.
Man. Hey, look, I got something, man.
This is just a fucking straight up felony.
Do you think he really has one on there?
No, that's absolutely one. I mean, it might be a binary trigger, but like, no, that's like.
One of them switches you be talking about.
Like,
You say what? A Glock with a switch.
like that's like you can't illegally modify a fucking pistol like that.
Yeah, but look where they are.
Buttons, man.
That doesn't matter. Like you, why
He
are
probably
you?
isn't legally allowed to carry a handgun.
But
like,
why
who
are
the
you
fuck
posting?
cares?
Why are you posting this on YouTube then? Like that's just advertising you're a felon. Like you're walking around with a fucking like.
He's got a mask on, dude. He's good.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. And then like all the other ones too is just all the people like getting shot on the like the it's just real.
It might not even have been his. Like it could, the guy who was posting with it could like it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, but then,
it's probably just a skit, realistically.
Right, okay, so
this one was wild.
This one,
dude.
okay, because this one is like titled like this so and so's last walk down like Montgomery Boulevard or whatever.
It was his last walk.
Yeah, and it was like all the comments are like these boys was out here looking for trouble. Like,
yeah,
no shit.
They got shot up after this.
I guess. Like,
so I don't know if you're gonna add it in, but for the listeners, it's 3 young gentlemen walking through a neighborhood.
That hoodie's pretty
brandishing
sweet.
Firearms.
The backwoods hoodies.
Yeah, it's like Bartwoods or something.
But like, yeah, these guys are just like wandering around with fucking pistols, like, and they're clearly looking like they're talking.
My thing is, are you? That's clearly not like concealed carry. Like that's not a permit. Like you're just running around and like. That'd be us, like us walking around and you just got like a pound of cocaine on your shoulder. And there
was one where these guys showed up at like where all their car, like, you know, like a car show or whatever. It's like really where they just take over like an intersection and start doing donuts and shit.
They aired that bitch out.
They fucking aired that bitch out and everybody's pulling AKs out of the fucking cars. And like,
Jesus,
what the fuck is going on here? Like,
yeah, legality doesn't mean shit when you're in certain environments. Yeah, like
I mean,
and I can't speak on it. I'm not from there. I've never been there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm marshmallow vanilla white boy from the fucking woods. Like, I don't know shit about this, but yeah, from watching No Jumper and like music videos, I can gather that like and like interviews on like Vlad and stuff. Like, in certain areas, you have to carry a gun.
Okay, so
that's fine, but like then, like you said, to be brandishing it on social media and stuff, it's like you're just kind of like.
Well, that was just it, because like the Switch thing was like what caught my attention, because like I see people that do dumb modifications. Like there was one. This is not illegal. This is just stupid. Where a guy put an AR-15 in the bottom on an AK-47 upper. So it's a 7.62 round, which is like a lot thicker.
Got them nanner clips, dog.
Yeah, it's like a lot thicker of a round. It's not going to fit into the barrel, and they're just trying to make this thing cycle, and it's not. It keeps slam firing, and then one shot you can see the upper like move like a centimeter away from the lower receiver, and you're like, and then the guy's like, oh okay, just re-racks it and fires again. Like that's like that's not illegal. That's stupid. But like that guy that was explaining how
switches are popular because you hear it all the time in songs. I've never really heard the term button a lot, but I hear bullet switch. Like I hear the switch shit in so many fucking songs.
Bullet button is a term. It's like an AR term. You have to have it. It's like some California compliant thing. So like bullet button. Like so that was.
I've never heard bullet button either. I think you said the button.
Yeah, well, that was just switch. It. I like because I hear the button and I'm like, oh, the bullet button. It's got to be like something California, like some shout out to like the ridiculous laws they have out there. But then
these
like
guys aren't
it's
legally
all these
carrying firearms.
But then it's like all Glocks. That's not Glock's not an AR. And I'm like, well, this is just completely not what I was expecting. And it's all these dudes like going to 37 round mag dumps like into a fucking parked car. Like, yeah, no,
I can't. The whole another side is I can't imagine living like that.
Oh yeah,
I think it's cool. Second Amendment. I'm not like anti-gun rights or anything. Like I'm not, but like to be in a literal war zone where like you have to walk around strapped just to go get like milk and bread from the fucking corner store, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, did you end up finishing that movie, the Slippin'? Did you start it at least?
I maybe got 10-15 minutes in, and
did
then
you get to the point where the
put
guys
on Molly's Game or something? It took me 7 nights to watch. I did like the ending though.
Molly's Game,
the chat with her dad at the ice rink.
Yeah, like it's not bad. It ends up in a
Tina popped in with me at that point because she was like, "Do you want to watch anything?" And I'm like, "I got 30 minutes left in this movie," and like she watched that with me, and like we were both like, "That was a really good." Wrap up speech with the dad or whatever.
Yeah, that's
and then,
so that
he's a good actor, and the lawyer's a good actor.
Who is the lawyer?
The black dude. He's always in a bunch of stuff. He's great in everything. I forget his name.
I do recall. It's not the Blackish guy, is it?
I don't know Blackish. I've heard of it, but I don't know who's on it. It
so
might be. I'm not gonna.
Every time I think it's like Tyler Perry because he was in that Gone Girl movie. And that was like the best fucking role I've ever seen Tyler Perry in because he just plays it straight. He's just like a southern kind of like supposed to be like Al Sharpton tier, but like he's like a lawyer and he's like a spin lawyer where like Ben Affleck's got bad press and he's trying to like spin it for him, but he's like also the lawyer, so he's like, here's how we're gonna handle it. Comes in and like really Jackie Childs the fuck out of the thing and like.
And it's spoiler alert on Molly's Game, but the ending was great too. How she like basically got off. Like she has to pay fines and stuff.
Hey, but that's soap. Stop eating soap. Stop eating that.
How much did she get?
She didn't get soap. It was just in the fucking.
Ah, Jesus. My in-laws dog ate like several bars of soap.
That's fine. You're allowed to eat that. I'm sorry, Molly's Game.
Yeah, the ending was great. How she took it on the chin, and then the judge like disagreed with the prosecutors. And isn't that based on a true story?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The story's real. So
it's pretty gangster to be like. She could have taken the deal and gotten her money back. She's like, I'm not ruining my good name or whatever. And then like she just takes it on the chin, and the judge is like, this is ridiculous. Like $200,000 fine. Get the fuck out of my courtroom. And I was like, holy shit. She's supposed to get 3.5 years, 42 months.
The real story was like it's very true to the story from what I understand, but there's like a lot of like glaring inconsistencies with like not only the movie. I like the movie. The movie's fine.
Yeah, I know they got Hollywooded up.
Yeah, it's entertaining as fuck. Like, and it is like a very captivating story. If you're not familiar with it, go say Molly's Game. It
goes off Netflix on the 31st. That's kind of why I watch it because it's
well worth checking out. But there's like the thing that I brought up to you with like that she wanted to like the way that she got popped was. And I actually ended up watching someone do like a real true crime thing about this, but it wasn't about the New York game. It was about the LA game that she like ended up getting kind of run out of.
With the guy Dean or whatever in the beginning, or Michael Cera. Michael Cera was fucking great.
It's one of the few times I actually really like Michael.
Spurgy, like evil bastard. Like,
exactly. He's like he just
you don't even like me. You're fucked.
Like every little bit of his character is like hateable, but like you kind of respect.
You liked him, for the first half an hour, and then all of a sudden he just like flips and he's like, "You don't even pay any mind to me. I'm the reason for this game."
I liked I liked pretty much every like actor in that film was fucking awesome. But yeah, okay. So the two major complaints I have is the rake thing, which is like where the real LA game, it's a private game. It's just like a high rollers private game, and what you have like somebody that's a host. Molly was the host, but it was in reality she was just proxy for the guy. The guy was the host. He just needed someone to like kind of handle shit so he could play. Mm-hmm. And what the big scheme was, and I forget the fucking actor too. I think it was like Jason Bateman, or Jason Biggs, or not Jason Bateman, Jason Biggs. Someone like American Pie, like one of those like guys, like someone that's like a B-list like 2000s. They got in with a professional poker player that was like kind of known for being shady, and then they facilitated the game, and then
that's the real life story.
And that's the real life story. And then, but Molly was like actually the host, and like she learned from them. So like with that little bit of context, I'm like, okay, so like she didn't just get like solicited by your boss one day, where she's like, oh, like I'm just going to Google all of these terms and like kind of build my enterprise based on like just due diligence. She kind of was like insider trading from the get-go. Like she kind of knew what like the hustle was and like why, because she had to be in.
And what was the hustle? She basically lived off tips.
Well, she lived off tips. She lived off tips in there, but the way that the hustle, the actual scheme that this guy was running was that he had like Michael Cera has the plant where he he bankrolls one of the guys he's playing against, so that way he has like kind of an incentive to like
fold and play. A certain way because you have
because you have your money in front of you is not only what's on the table, so it gives you an incentive to like play less
angle.
against like you have money more like
Especially if they can signal.
Yeah, he was. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like
I'm not
a
fucking signaling.
Yeah, it wasn't like a scheme like that. It wasn't like Rounders where they were like doing like a road club thing. It was just like he had like some kind of like way of like insulating himself financially where he never took a loss on the game, so like he could pay everybody, but also that like he would make more money than if he was just playing by himself outright. Like the guy would take a cut or something like that, but like he was just really sitting on his deck. I don't really.
That was Bad Brad, and you think Bad Brad was bad because he was purposely playing bad?
No, I don't really know about that actually.
Like when it came out that he was partnering with that guy, I was like, was he purposely fumbling so like the other guy could?
Was he the guy that ended up getting popped because he was funneling? Yeah, okay, so that guy was he was just bad. He was in real life he was deliberately.
I'm wondering why the Sarah character was staking him then.
I think it was because he looked like enough of a patsy.
He covered his debts.
Yeah,
he covered his debts and he owed him, so he had to do.
But he also looked like enough of like a fucking fish where he was like, nobody's gonna think I would stake this fucking guy.
Yeah,
and in real life that was because like everybody knows each other. So, but yeah,
one of my favorite scenes in the movie was when the guy tilts to Bad Brad.
Oh,
because he was like a great player, and then he just
dusts off like $1.2 million,
$2 million. Wife leaves him. I thought he was gonna jump off the balcony, like staying on the balcony.
And then that little twist right there, where they're like, and then it was fine, like because he
borrowed the money from someone, and then he ended up
going bankrupt or something.
At the end, they're like, yeah, and he's in jail or he's in fucking gambling rehab or something like that.
Yeah, the whole rake thing, that was like what I was getting at, because like that was how she got popped. She got a federal case because she was operating a casino without a license, like which is what you're taking a house cut from a game.
But if you don't take a rake, then you're
exactly. And
it's a recreational game.
Yeah, and there's legal ways you can circumvent that too.
Well, is it illegal for the players to gamble against each other then?
No. But it's also not illegal for
friendly
me.
Wager.
Yeah, you're not. It's not illegal for me to invite you and like 10 of my other buddies, and then get some fucking bimbo cocktail waitress to come over here and be like, yeah. Like this is we're having an order.
$200, fucking
precisely
5-10, big line, small.
The only thing is, if I start taking a rake off the table, that's when it becomes organized gaming and how
can they prove that?
Racketeering. For a low stakes game like me, they wouldn't be watching me. They wouldn't. They wouldn't be making enough to justify even surveilling.
But she didn't write the rake into the book, so how could they even prove the chips coming off?
It's one of those.
How do you audit a
it's one
gray
of
market poker
like
game?
I was gonna say, this is like the retarded logic of the movie, where I'm like, well, first off, they would have to like be busting her taxes open like she was a casino, like she would like whatever her front or like shell company or whatever.
The feds come in like Ozark and fucking watch
I was like,
every play.
I was gonna say, it's like what do they think? Like they're just gonna like go to like the bodega that's funneling her money or whatever and be like, oh, your books are off because you were taking the rate. It's like, no, she had to cover debts, so like taking but that was where when you get busted, it's like, did you take a rake? Yes. Okay, well, people can prove that you took a rake, and then like the balance sheets could reflect that in theory. So it's not implausible. It's just the way that was presented was so fucking stupid, especially when you have something as simple as just charge a club fee. You come over to my house.
Membership fee,
give me
call it a social club, like the mob did.
$1. That's all you need to do. As long as you pay some kind of membership fee. There's ways that you can get around it too. Texas Card House, I watch a lot of them.
Why would you only charge $1 though? If
just for legal reasons. That's all.
Legal reasons for what though? Because
you're not taking a rake. This is a private game. It's as private as it can get. There's no rake. There's no organized gaming.
Well,
this is a private social club amongst private people making private wages.
So that doesn't count as a rake if there's a membership fee?
No, but you wouldn't take a rake in that way.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. What's the point of the membership fee if the point of taking the rake was to cover her own ass against covering big bets? Well, if you only charge $1 for the membership fee, then you aren't really covering.
I was going to say that was like an arbitrary number. It's like you just have to make it a financial transaction to prove but
you don't even need to do that if it's legal without that.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like if you have somebody that's putting like $1 million down, they kind of want that insurance to know, like, hey, if this game gets stopped right now,
then their membership fee has to be a lot more than $1.
Yeah, or like like whatever it is to cover her cost. Like I'm just saying, there's like ways where the logic of that specific part of the movie like kind of irked me, and upon rewatching, I got like past it instantly.
Yeah.
Like I really like that movie. It's not bad or anything. I just I'm like they could have just done like Texas Card House, where like if she was really hurting for money, every hour someone comes by with a hat, $10 chip in the hat. That's what you got to do.
Just taking like offerings, or
no, not even an offering.
Or
that's
like
your
fee?
club fee. Yeah. So
how is that different than a rake?
because in Texas you can't take a rake. You're not allowed to have a casino
I'm
that
saying,
takes
like,
a
how is that different than a rake? Because it's not coming out of the pot.
Yes,
it's just a
'Cause
voluntary tip thing.
It's not a voluntary
Churches
tip.
can pass around a hat, so like
Exactly, like kind of like that. It's just like a way. I'm not saying that there's
it's
like
not
good
in writing,
sound.
but like you put a fucking $10 chip.
No,
in this.
no, it isn't writing. That's part. You're just jumping to conclusions. No,
I'm saying like I was saying like it's not in writing. That's how they get around not.
Yeah. It's like,
But
well,
it is.
it
It's set
isn't.
in
It's a
stone.
law. It's a law that you can't take a rake on a poker game.
No, I'm saying the rule that you have to put $10 in isn't in writing, but it's like you have to do it.
I think it's skewed to your. Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
well, it's like you're contractually out. Like if you want to keep playing, that's like you like okay, well, your last.
But is it legal to take that $10 every hour?
Yeah. Totally.
Because it's not coming out of the pot. It's not
Exactly.
A rake.
It's like
So
it's not tax per hand.
You're
it's
just
tax-
renting your time at the table or something.
Exactly.
Like that.
You're
You can get away with
basic.
it.
You're basic. You know how like you rent a locker at the bowling alley?
Or pool table
or
there.
a pool table. Yeah.
$10 for an hour.
Exactly. It's
I
not
got
your
it.
pool table. It's not your game or whatever. It's just it's like the table is there. It's facilitated or whatever, and that's just the way that the company keeps the lights on, basically, or so they say.
Right on.
But yeah, like I said, so that was like very arbitrary, and it gets even more confusing the way I try to explain why it's dumb. But then the only other irk about that is that like all the heavies, like she has all this money coming in. Why didn't she fucking spend more in security and like, infrastructure to prevent like some guy just literally waltzing into her house and like, I mean, he beats her up.
She had a fucking high rise with a fucking security guard and a
dumb as
bellhop.
fuck. You're hot. You're fucking your penthouse lifestyle is going to attract all sorts of unwanted attention. Bunker the shit up like
the
Ant
mob
did.
just paid off the fucking bellhop guy and he gave her up. There's nothing you can really.
Insulate yourself against that shit. You gotta.
She should have had like a security guard with her, but she did. No, she did, and the guy turned on her.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you ever see Limitless with Bradley Cooper, where he's like got like all the security guards by the end, like they're all working against each other, kind of. It's like you get to a paranoid spot like that where you're buying high-rise penthouses
But
and
security guards
handling.
cost a lot of money, and she's only making $10K a night once a week or something. It's a lot of money, but it's New York.
I don't know. Just
cost of
kind of
living's high. Her monthly nuts probably high.
just kind of seems like she might have put the old finances into the old.
She should have just worked with the mob.
Yeah, well, that also too.
Because at that point,
That would've been
even
a
if she
fun
had
movie,
security,
too.
they would have still found a way to intimidate her or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm just saying, it's like you didn't have to. Instead of the high rise, go for double down on the security. That's like my. But obviously, like
she probably just had the high rise for the luxury status. I'm saying
Exactly.
though, she lived in a safe building that's supposed to have security. They just got paid off by the mob. There's no really.
I don't know. If you're
Mob
making
could have
money
any
like
security.
that, you should be able to fucking insulate
The
yourself.
mob
a
makes
little.
more money.
I don't know. Not
They
as
have
much.
more
as,
resources. Not as much as they used to, but more
Yeah.
than she was making.
I don't know. Like I said, that irked me. If you're handling that much money and you're dealing with high rollers and like that, there's a certain. I guess maybe I'm not like explaining the nuance of like the anonymity. There's
She
like
should have had other security guards to keep an eye on each other and keep each other accountable.
yeah,
basically.
like well, because like kind of like think like all right, Casino, where at the very beginning when De Niro's like the dealers are watched by the supervisors are watched by the pit bosses are watched by the shift manager.
By
Like,
the eye in the sky.
like
The eye
dude,
in
it's
the
like
sky
the
is
exact
watched by
like
me.
I mean, and that doesn't seem ridiculous to you, but like yeah, it's a casino, and this we're talking about like one isolated poker game, but still like a lot of money changing hands. Like it just
I
kind
get
of
where you're coming from, but you're not going to have like. There's still going to be weak points. Like there's these big rappers going back to the hood rat thing where they have security, they move smart, but like they still get shot dead. Like
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
it's just like there's always like. I feel like the fucking Italian mob, if they wanted this lady bad enough, like it doesn't matter if she had 10 fucking security guards, like they would have found a way to like.
well, if they wanted to knock her off, that was what I think that
Not kill her, but I'm saying just beat her up and intimidate her. Like there would have been
like a way to get to
a
her.
point in time where she's just, you know what I mean? Where they're sitting on you and you're slipping. You go outside to get the newspaper and there's no security. Like she didn't obviously do that, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Let the dog
they're
out.
going to get you. Like, I don't know.
You want to take J segment?
Sure. We're live.
Hey, you're
I think we have,
you're on the podcast.
I think we have no viewers.
Just
Just us live.
This will be a good story then. So I get a phone now. I was in a closing and I couldn't answer a phone. And who's calling me but hockey great Dan Peters? So Dan is
Played for the Flyers.
He played one game for the Flyers.
he got his ass kicked. I think he got into a fight.
And then he took Joey to a Flyers game wearing his jersey that he wore one game as a Flyer.
Hey, it's more games than we got.
Hey, you know what? Salute the
Made it to the
troops.
show. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so how's Dan doing?
Anyway, he was using me a message. Mortgage great Joe Skoraka. It's hockey great Dan. just stopped by your office, walked in the front door, and almost got shot.
As Jay sold his office.
He went to my old office that I sold, walked in the front door. It's now a residence.
Oh, shit.
Walking in our house.
Holy crap.
But this is, can I tell another damn story?
Is the sign still out front?
No. Oh, no, the benchmark sign's still out front.
Yeah, that's probably why he saw it and was like, oh.
There's another door now, too.
So anyway, Dan was a cop in Stone Harbor for a while. Okay, I'm glad that elicited such a nice reaction. So Dan was a cop in Stone Harbor, and so what happened is they have practices like for bank robberies and whatnot, but you're supposed to not go over the radio about stuff. So, of course, he gets on the radio and starts talking about that, hey, when are we going to do this mock robbery? And they had to scrub it because nobody was supposed to know over the radio.
What a dummy.
Yeah, like just in case somebody's monitoring it, so they wanted to. No, my favorite is when Dan. He was friends with he was neighbors
That'd
with my
one. That'd be a great time to rob a bank.
Yeah, right.
They're doing a mock one over here. I'm gonna go to the other bank on the other side of town.
Well, just listen to the radio.
It's my time.
Dan yelling. This is my one friend Vincey, and he was neighbors with Dan, and someone was breaking into cars in their neighborhood, and apparently Dan was going around asking the neighbors if anybody sees someone, like, you should call 911. And they're like, Dan, you're a cop. Like, go shoot him. What the hell are you talking
It's not my jurisdiction, man. I'm in Stone Harbor. We don't have shit like this.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Dan.
Empty shore houses.
Yeah. I wanted to, I guess, like, Jay was my eyes through the whole surgery and everything, but I guess he was my ears. Gave me the updates. Yeah, he gets to hear the story once more. My dad royally embarrassed me when we were walking into the hotel. And I appreciate everything he did. He was awesome. He was the best. I could not have asked for a better chaperone. But there was one day.
Seeing eye dad.
Yeah, seeing eye dad. So the one day I felt pretty good. Like you're supposed to walk around and get the anesthetic out of your system and whatnot. So we were walking like the first day after the surgery, and then the next day I was like, I actually feel like I got most of it out. Like, can we like walk a little bit further? So we did a lap around like the lobby and then went out into the street and did like a lap on the sidewalk. And then by like the afternoon, I was like, well, I'm a little hungry now too. And there's a Taco Bell not too far away. Like, why don't we walk down to Taco Bell? But I ended up putting I'm blind, so I put the wrong coordinates into the GPS and then walked in the wrong direction.
Walking through Kensington.
Got yeah. That would be kind of funny.
A lot of heroin, no tacos.
These tacos are real chewy. But yeah, we walked in the wrong direction. I got overwhelmed, so like he turned around and he's like, I just want to get you back. So he's concerned about getting me back into the hotel because I can't see. I got like a thing the size of a softball hanging off my face. So there's a bar in the hotel, and there's some girls that were clearly going in there to go to the bar. And Jay, being very concerned with a distraught me, and like he sees them trying to like figure out whether you have to like put a key in the door or like you have to hit something to open the door, and he's just like, nope, and just shoves right past him, and then with two hands rips the door open, and then all the girls are just staring at him, kind of like shocked. And then he goes and holds my hand. He grabbed my fucking hand, and I go, "What the fuck is wrong with you, dude?" Totally embarrassed.
They thought you looked cool.
I was, cool.
It was like, shit or get off the pot. I gotta get my kid inside.
No, like he was prioritizing my health, which I appreciate very much, and I do.
I would have done the same for my son.
Yeah, absolutely. If I get out of the way, bitch.
Yes.
Well, listen, I would love to continue on your podcast, but I got an important call coming. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Right, love
See you, Jay.
Love you.
Jay Scrock, everybody. Sorry, Jay.
That's the best because on the live they can't hear the sound effects, so it's just like us laughing.
Just laughing at nothing. That's pretty good. No wonder we have no viewers on Instagram.
I don't know if we do. I don't think we do.
Everybody's at work.
We've been going for 30 minutes. We had some people join, but I think we're all alone.
All alone. Oh,
I'll just leave it up.
Yeah, fuck it.
The raw unedited. We'll put it on the page.
What
I was thinking that what we should do is try and like in the future, not today, obviously, but try and get some subjects of some way we could record for maybe 3 hours or, go long.
Oh, I got some subjects.
Well,
I got some dark material that we can
basically 100% steal Matt and the Secret Chain podcast. No, I fucked it up on purpose the second time. Matt and Shane's podcast, that's a secret. Copying their formula where we just go for like an hour on the free one and just be like, we're switching over to the page while you're rolling. Because like Stu even said like I'm considering buying the Patreon. I've been enticed to do it too because they're rolling and you're like into it and they're like, all right, we're gonna switch over to the page now. I'm about to just spend the $5 and fucking keep listening.
Same way, you get Matt and Shane, I'll get War Mode, and that way we can have
just share it.
Yeah, just fucking share. And then, well, actually, like we should get a community like a debit card for the fucking podcast.
I'm not trying to spend money on listening to podcasts though. Like we should just fucking do our own page and like we have a page, but we don't really do much with it. So like,
try and figure something out.
I think we have one subscriber left on there now, but like fuck it, thanks for the support. Thanks for anyone who subbed and even deleted, thanks for fucking supporting. But yeah, maybe I don't know, do like a $5 tier where it's just like try and really drum it up. I'm good, man. I smoked that blunt and I was trying to find my fucking bearings the first fucking 20 minutes. Oh, we got a viewer, Anthony Grilly.
What's up, Grilly?
How are you?
Wait, actually,
and we're live.
He could call in if he wants.
If you want.
Idea. Does he have my phone number?
Probably 609-49.
Yeah. Dude, actually, this is a great opportunity. I'm gonna put
ourselves.
I'm gonna put my PO box on there because that way, if anybody mails a bomb, it's just going to the fucking post office.
Why would you put your address out there?
Not my address, my mailing address.
Yeah, why would you do
my post
that?
office? Because fuck it.
We have 55 subscribers. Dude.
Yeah, someone send us something like fucking. I don't know, like a wet fucking tampon or I don't know. What's he saying?
Joe, explain the. Joe, explain the gas cover, please, because I posted it on my Snap story. I was backing in. Dude, I don't know why. I was turning around. I always back in next to Joe, and I saw it, and I hadn't seen it yet, the gas cap thing. Yeah. Joe's gas flap, it's ripped off.
Yeah, well,
but like part of the door's still on there, but
yeah, like okay, so there's like
it made me cackle. I was in my car by myself, and I just started cracking up. I don't know why. I was just like, what a fucking dickhead. Like, I'm like, what'd you run into now, you fucking idiot?
No, it was so there's this very cute girl that works down at Wawa. Her name is Allison. Shout out Allison.
Okay.
That's
one way to flirt.
Yeah, she's fucking awesome. She's probably got a boyfriend.
There's our stickers in the toilets there.
Yeah,
she's
absolutely.
gonna listen to this.
Yeah, dude. Why is she in the men's room? Actually, if I was attracted to her, she probably would be in the men's room.
Yeah, that's true.
Peeing on our stickers. But anyway,
not even trans. She's just squatted over.
She's like the chick from fucking Step Brothers.
I want to roll you up in a ball and put you inside my vagina. Anytime you move, I just know it's your curly hair tickling me.
That movie.
You remember that scene? Or
no, I do. I don't know where to jump in.
You was a crazy person.
No,
there.
you nailed it. I just don't know where to jump in on that one. I just like that when they're running around. The rumpus time is over.
I'm going to the Cheesecake Factory. Oh yeah. So this girl that you
my future wife. Yeah. All right. So my Wabe too.
Oh, Jesus.
So the next Wabe.
What happened to Wabe 1? She doesn't work there anymore?
Probably doesn't work there anymore.
She left. She took a voluntary fucking transfer to get away from you.
Voluntary 22 to the
Guy keeps coming in and talking to me every fucking day. He smells like shit.
He fucks dogs. Just rip my shirt off.
You could do you should just steal Bert's bed.
I'm the machine.
I almost passed out. I'm gonna pass out.
No, so this chick, she's normally inside working on like hoagies or like counter or whatever, but like for whatever reason, I guess they were shorthanded. She was outside pumping gas, and I have a rapport with the one dude because he wears Eagles gear.
What color is he?
Adrian. He's the black dude over there. I think his name's Adrian. Pretty sure. Shout out.
Busting your balls because that's how you explain it to me.
No,
you know the black dude over there.
He's the one black dude at the Marmore Wawa that works the gas pump.
Now, he is actually a real friendly guy.
He's fucking awesome.
Unlike the rest of them.
All right, Scott Adams.
We're live. Racism.
I was listening to Dilbert podcast. Anyway,
listening to Shane Gillis.
I'm gay.
So this chick, she's normally on the deli, but she happened to be filling in for Adrian on one fine afternoon.
So she was
pumping some gas.
So Adrian, or the gentleman out there, he knows the deal. It's like, my gas pump is rusty, so you gotta kind of cork it. And she just opened it, but was like, "Hey, this is like a little bit like," and I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." Just like,
it's kind of sagging a little before, right?
So she like opened it and then closed it, and then like I guess somewhere in the process of that, the like all the cosmetic part of like what your like paint and like sidewall is made out of, like that material, the metal,
that a little piece of fucking sheet metal that goes over top of the schematics of the door.
So I just fucking I got on the parkway, I was going like 70 miles per hour, and all of a sudden
it was flopping, and then you just kind of like slammed it shut, right?
Yeah. It was like so it just went flying off, and then but the door itself, the actual hinge is still there. So
did they even open it anymore? Or they just fucking No, I'm saying, did they open it to get to your gas cap?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know how to get it off. Like, I kind of want to get rid of that and get a locking gas cap just so it looks flush, but like it does kind of look like ghetto. It looks
just put one of the how have I seen them? There's something. I'm thinking of something else. They fixed a car door handle, and they just had like a fucking bedroom doorknob where the door handle of the fucking car would go. That's not how you'd fix the gas cap.
There's this like.
Put a 2x4 over it with like a fucking hinge.
The board I used to peruse on 4chan before I got really into poll was B, which is just random, and there's this like
that was the only one I ever was on back in the day.
Excellent. I mean,
my old coworker Tim, shout out to Tim, was like, "You got to be on B, dude. That's the best one."
It's that you'll laugh harder than anything.
There's weird fucked up shit on there too, though, and there's like fucking weird porno pictures and shit.
Absolutely.
But like, there is a lot of funny shit on B.
So one of the ones is this guy who was breaking down how he hates living in Alabama and how like his neighbor has a fucking house made entirely of doors, and he posted a picture of it, and I'll be damned, I'm like thinking like maybe a couple like corrugated doors in there, like a garage door, or like maybe like it says no. The guy
the
just
structure itself is made of doors.
The structure itself is made of doors. The guy just went out to the fucking scrapyard and was like, "Give me 150 fucking doors."
Like
and
metal doors or just like
regular doors, like that.
They're made out of like fucking
particle board, and like but there's some that are like metal, but like some that have like the glass in it.
Entry
like,
doors are metal and shit.
Yeah, like sturdier ones, but like for
those
the most
are the
part,
support beams, and then just, like the drywall's
it's just an entire
doors.
fucking fixture made of doors. But yeah, that was like
kind of impressive.
Yeah, then he was explaining like his father tried to hang himself, but he put his arm through the news.
He had one job, man.
I gotta pull that up eventually. I'll find that. I'll do a dramatic recreation.
That's a house made of doors. Have you ever been in a house that was lacking doors in certain areas?
Yes, absolutely.
My bedroom didn't have a door for a while because I like tackled it down.
I miss you off the rails, man. You were fun with
I was not well. Early 20s were a bit of a problem there. And then there was another time. I was sober, but I was working construction. I was mad all the time, and I locked myself out of my bedroom one day after work, and I couldn't. I was trying to break in with a credit card. I've done it a bunch of times. Like that was my spare key. It was just my fucking license in my wallet, and I could just pop it. So I don't even know why I locked it, but it wouldn't work. And I was trying for like 30 minutes. I was sweating. I just wanted to go play Xbox and like fucking smoke a doink. And like, I just punched a hole in the door next to the doorknob and unlocked it. And I was like, "It's fucking open now!" And there's no one home. I'm just screaming to myself.
Hulk hands.
Dude, like lost my voice from just being like, "It's unlocked now!"
Have you ever just like...
Literally a psycho and shit like that goes wrong. I melt down. I spilled a drink on the carpet this morning and like lost it.
Yeah.
It was like it was seltzer, but it was like red because it was like berry flavored. And I set it down on the floor last night, and I'm like, I'm gonna knock that over in the morning. And I fucking knocked it over. Like first, I sat up off the couch and just like immediately was like, poof, and just fucking kicked it over. And the carpet's green, but there's like these white flowers on it, and it spilled right on a white flower. And I was just like,
of course,
dude, what the fuck? And I was like, I fucking knew I was gonna fucking do that. Fuck. And he was like, what? And I'm like, I fucking knew I was gonna fucking do that. Like went bananas over fucking. And it wiped right off with like cold water, but like I wasn't mad about the spill. I was mad that I was like, I shouldn't put this there. I'm gonna spill this, and then I did it anyway. And like when it's your own fault, it's like, God, I'm such a fucking idiot. You're like more mad, like
yeah, like
when it's someone else's fault, you're like, oh, it's okay. Like we'll make this work. And then like
one of the things that I kept doing was like I would watch. I couldn't turn my head, or excuse me, I couldn't turn my eye. I could turn my head, but I couldn't turn my eye, and like it still kind of hurts. Like if I look at it like my left or like my right, like too far, it kind of there's like a gap where the plate was or whatever. So we were watching the World Baseball Classic, and it was when Trey Turner, I think we were playing Argentina. It was like the semifinal. Fucking, we were down against them. We were about to get our fucking asses kicked. top of the 8th. Fucking Trey Turner, loaded bases. Trey Turner comes up, fucking hits a grand salami.
Cranks a fucking dinger.
I fucking jumped out of bed and was like, let's fucking oh! And my dad's like, what? I was like, I just did that to myself. And then like I was mad, but it's like I can't even
from jumping up.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I was sore as fuck. Like every time
that's a different kind of pain in your face.
Every
like in your
time
eyeball, dude.
I moved my head, like I chewed, I could feel something brushing against the top of my eye socket, and it was it sent chills down my spine. Oh, and they gave me a little wristband that said I was radioactive, which apparently if I got arrested, they wouldn't be able to take me to jail. They'd have to take me to the hospital first to get the plate out because I'm not allowed to be around people. But then like they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna put you in like the world's tiniest, most cramped hotel with like these elevators that are like the size of a refrigerator that don't work correctly.
Yeah, so, which one did you say it again?
The Notary. It was right across from City Hall. I was like catty corner to Love Park, and like
was it a nice joint? It was
fucking
just old.
Phenomenal joint.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
it was really cool, real swanky.
Nice.
I mean, it was like Center City.
Just dated, so it was kind of small.
It was like an Art Deco, but they were trying to like keep that aesthetic. But then I think like because of COVID and everything, they like were renovating or something, revamping, the whole 9 yards.
But
it was,
facelift,
dude. It was nice. I was so, dude.
So
they gave
like
me fentanyl too.
Was it? So you're radioactive? Was it like problematic for you to be near your dad?
No. It was just like if I was near like small kids or like people that were trying to get pregnant. That was like the, sure.
Come on over, Joe.
No. While I had it in my face. Right now I'm fine. They cut my shit off. Obviously, I'm not radioactive no mas, but yeah, when you have that fucking thing in your head, it's you like that whole softball contraption. That was a piece of gold that they had formed to be concave to your eye socket. Dude. So I was explaining this to a lot of people how gold has different uses besides just this shit. Like gold has like
that's
a leather.
Not gold.
No, it's gold plated, but yeah, like it's gold plated,
spray painted. This is like plastic.
Yeah, but yeah, like one of the uses is the conductivity, but it doesn't conduct. Sometimes they use it to so they put gold plating on lead so that it'll like absorb but not let go through, pretty much. Like so yeah,
it's like a noble metal or something. It's not just for looks. Yeah, I've gone down that rabbit hole because gold's like the spiritual hippy dippy people have like weird TikToks about it, like gold and the benefits and the blah blah blah, like fucking. The Egyptians wore gold for this reason, like to protect their energy or whatever the fucking. I'm butchering it. But
no, for real. Like, keep going. You ever look into the Aztecs, like what Cortez, like why he was like so mad at? Like, there's a prevailing theory that the reason Cortez like may have massacred the Aztecs, all of them.
I don't know much about that. I remember being fascinated with the Aztecs when it was like in 3rd grade when they first brought it up in school. Whatever grade that was, but
I want to say it was
the Mayans or whatever.
Yeah, the Mayans too. The Teotihuacans. Those were my favorite ones because they just up and left in the middle of the night. Like whole civilization.
Didn't they do a lot of fucked up shit?
Oh yeah, totally.
Aztecs, they like sacrifice children and like play soccer with people's heads and shit.
That's Apocalypto is the Mayans. That's like where they used to sacrifice. And it was really if you watch that movie, it's kind of one of those things where Mel Gibson's like sitting somewhere like off screen, kind of going like with his little fucking pointy mustache going because he's explaining like the fucking smoke and mirrors. All right, here we go. We're going down the rabbit hole. I'm finally bringing it up on the podcast. There's this book called The Protocols of the Elders of Zion, which is a really racist book that Jewish people don't want you to know about because the ADL condemned it. They're like, this isn't a thing that we respect or condone, or this isn't real, but it's like a real book and you can look it up. And actually the NSA or CIA, one of the two of them, tweeted about it. And it got like one of the most, like immediately deleted, but got something like 5,600 reshares.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like so when like it's one of those ones where it's like a sleeper. It gets brought up subtly, like where people are trying to be racist or like make a racist point. And they're like, well, there's this book, and then it gets shut down because like, oh, that's a racist book, and like we condemn that. So your basis of that argument is like non-existent. Anyway, there's this concept in it that is called bread and circuses, and it's the concept that the elites don't ever really want you to be completely like they'll let you be woke, they'll let you be whatever, but they want to keep something in front of you so that you're perpetually chasing the carrot per se. And the way that they keep you entertained is by means of entertainment, by means of by means of nutrition. So like bread and circuses, like you have to like kind of boil down what they're going to distract you with those two things, and that is like kind of where like like Mel Gibson's like field of expertise would lie. So the concept where the guy is saved by the lunar eclipse or solar eclipse, right? It blocks the sun out, right?
That's solar.
Yeah, so
I believe.
So he has the solar eclipse. So the priest that's doing the sacrifices, and this is like pretty well documented and like known in like Mayan culture, like they knew they were like astronomers, like not like they weren't like, you know, astronauts, but they understood shit and like the way that the sun behaved enough to be like, hey, that's gonna create like a thing. But a way of keeping the order was you would go and find these people, and then you're like, all right, well, they're peasants, they serve no purpose, we can't get anything out of them, so we're going to use them as entertainment and keep the masses, the people that are there to observe this ritual, this ceremony. Even though we're in the know and we know that this eclipse is going to happen, they're going to think we pulled this off. So it's like, that's the entertainment. And notice like the other major theme is starvation. It's like bread and circuses. Like that's Mel Gibson like kind of like doing the subtle nod to this.
I never saw that movie, but the other theme was starvation. In what regard? Like they
they're like
purposely cause famine to create chaos or something.
Like not even purposely cause famine. They just take all of the food and resources out of like they make their society so like abhorrent and like repugnant and like unable to grow shit. They have to like reach out and grab things, and that's kind of how they get the people to be sacrificed. Is like that it's not like they're pure man or whatever. It's like that they're like they just know how to fucking deal with the jungle and shit. They don't want to
give you a fucking 1,000 pounds of corn if you come play this deadly soccer game or something.
No,
like,
they just
like
kidnap
bribing them with food.
No, they just straight up kidnap them and steal their shit.
So what does the food have to do with it? Just trying
that they're like, so a way of, it's not that the apocalypto, it's kind of hard to explain the plot too, because it's like a lot of like non-verbal shit, but the main character is this guy named Jaguar Paul, but they give him a misnomer. They give him his name is called Almost, because he's like he endures a lot of bullshit while they like are enslaving him. Like they purposely try to fuck with them, like to, you know, make them like, you know, make their job easier, but also like demoralize them. So there's like a whole bunch of shit where he's going through this like treacherous journey to the city, the Mayan temple, where they're like pushing people off cliffs, and like he almost dies a couple of times. But the one dude that's got like a real hard on for him is like, I'm gonna call you Almost because you almost made it, like, you know, all this shit. So
like Zero and Holes.
Precisely, yeah. So like that they were fine. These guys were fishermen. They were the whole opening scene is them hunting a boar in the woods. Like they got their shit down. They got booby traps. They know how to fish. They're good.
Hunt trapping,
living off the grid, having a fucking blast. But then like these guys from civility come and kidnap them and steal all their shit and bring them back. And then they go through this just like wasteland where they have this like the disease. I forget what the disease was, but it was like one of those. It's called laughing sickness. Yeah, cooties, laughing sickness or whatever. But then they're just sawing like every inkling of like foliage and like nature or whatever they're cutting down so they can fuel these giant fires to make like their clay to build these monstrosities. And it's like one of those like where if you kind of know what Mel Gibson's all about and you know who he doesn't like, it's like, oh yeah, this is exactly that you're doing this thing from Protocols of the Elders of Zion. But yeah, how do we get on Apocalypse?
I was asking
gold too, but what book?
You said the bread and circus thing.
Oh yeah, the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. That's the name of the book.
I'm still confused about what the bread has to do with it. Like I get the circus, the spectacle, but it's like, the bread part is like they remove the food, or they make like...
No, they make it more... It's like state controlled. They make it in a way where...
like rations?
Yeah. Okay. So like think of it like... do you know what the Holodomor is? Obviously, nobody has no fucking idea what the Holodomor is.
Actually, I'm very well... No, I have no fucking idea.
So before the Holocaust, it was like Stalin starved out like 30 million people in Ukraine because he wanted to lie about a grain report because like all of the grain and shit. By the way, shout out to NATO for sending fucking depleted uranium rounds to where all of Europe gets its bread. Good fucking job, you dipshits. They're gonna kill the fucking environment over there. Like, nobody's gonna be able to eat.
Oh, we're so fucked, dude.
Yeah, they were.
East Palestine.
We're
doomed, dude.
But yeah, so like the Holodomor was like Stalin was like, yeah, we got these grain reports, and like they were like, hey, they're kind of behind. He's like, no, for Soviet Russia, we're gonna make them double what they are, and they ended up like completely ruining the land, and like everybody there just got like starved out, and because it was like communism, he didn't want anything to look like it was wrong. He was like, no, everything's fine. And these people are just like, we're dying and eating each other.
That's fine.
Yeah, so it's called the Holodomor, but it was regarded as like one of the biggest before This fucking was it 38 when they sent them all to that fucking island in Siberia, whatever it was, like the biggest like atrocity in fucking like Russian history before that. But it was like like one of many. Like they still don't know how many during Stalin's purges, like because like that was a facet of Stalin's purges, but like it's like somewhere between like 15 and like 80 million people. That's a big margin of fucking error. A couple 100,000 people is enough to get like everybody that like it'll make somebody call me a Holocaust denier if I'm like, hey, I'm serious. I'm not saying anything that's like, but yeah, like
you heard it here first.
Like that's like 60 million people discrepancy. Like
65.
60. Like still, like where the fuck are you coming up with these numbers? But like yeah, that
it happens.
No, that was the Holodomor was like that. It was kind of like people were drawing parallels to like that was one of the things that facilitated World War II in the first place, was like the Holodomor was going on. The Sino-China war was escalating, and that was why we cut Japan off. And then
the fuck's the Sino-China war?
It's when Japan invaded China, like the rape of Nanking, which I talked about. The Sino is another way.
I thought you meant like Sinaloa.
Yeah, Sinaloa, man. Yo, the Cholos rolling up on Japan.
I didn't. I was thinking.
Try ass get fucking smoked, fool.
I was thinking of Samoa, but for some reason, Sinaloa. Yeah. I don't know nothing.
Cocksucker. But yeah, so it was like just one of those like elements that led to the. Like
I'd actually heard of. I didn't know that it was called that, but I have heard of the thing where the Russians were like starving and eating each other. Yeah.
Yeah. There's the purges were just like it was like a political move. Like Stalin was. There's a lot of it's complex. Anyway, back on to gold though, because I actually do like Mayan fucking history. I took a whole fucking class on like Latin American cultures when I was in college, and I fucking loved the Aztecs were pretty fucking cool because they figured out like. You could make gold-plated shit. Like they had a chemical process, and they kind of don't know how they did it, but it was like using
alchemy.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, they had like some chemical process where they could remove like you'd get gold flakes, and instead of like making just solid gold shit, they're like it's way too fucking heavy. We use this for like ceremonial purposes, or like sometimes they had like other reasons to plate shit in gold, like for medical purposes. But I forget what, like maybe teeth. I don't know. But so they figured out how to plate other metals, and then like Cortez comes through and he's like,
it's ghetto.
It's like, oh look, this is we'll take you to the city of gold, and then they realize like all this shit is
gold
it's like
plated.
Fucking gold plated. So Cortez, like that's one of the prevailing theories.
They're stretching that shit.
Yeah, that Cortez thought his like lump sum that he was going to bring back to the Spanish was going to be like infinitely worth more than it actually was, and then he was like, well, fuck you guys, and like they were already getting sick from disease and shit. So he's like, I got nothing to see here, just start. Fucking knocking them off. The fucking the Mayans are fucking cool too. They kind of like figured out like the lunar calendar and like the solar. I think it was lunar calendar. Yeah, the whatever one where they think that Earth was still the center of the universe, but they figured out that like the sun and the moon move independently of one another, like they're not on like the same 24-hour schedule, and they were able to base like a 12-year calendar.
They were flat earthers, right?
I think so.
Oh, really?
No.
I was trying to make a joke.
No. I think that like a lot
time-wise, that actually makes sense.
I think the prevailing theory right there was that like nothing was spheres. I think not until like Galileo did anybody think that like things were round, or like at least not like the Earth at least.
I'm still on team flat for sure.
Did you see that video of the sun that they were like claiming like the sun was between clouds or whatever? No. This guy was like, I checked into Facebook for like 10 minutes the other day because I explained it. I can only look at a computer for maybe like 15, 20 minutes before my eye starts hurting. So editing the podcast was easy enough, but like it took a couple extra days. Thank you for your patience. But they
don't care.
No, nobody's even watching. Tony checked out like 20 minutes ago.
Johnny, I kept trying to find a good
jump in.
Pause to shout out Johnny for joining.
Oh, what's up, Johnny?
I think he's gone now.
Yeah. Deuces.
Thanks for watching.
Just the logs on him shouting about Jews.
The mines, dude.
Business as usual.
Nothing to see here.
I had a fun shower thought. Who's top 3?
Jay was washing your hiney.
Yeah. Come on, Jake, quit sunking my dick.
You know Theo Von? You say who's your top 3 comedians?
Yeah, who's your favorite top 3 comedians?
No, fucking Theo Von is like $110. He's coming in July, but it's $110.
Where's he at, Borgata? Or no, Ocean, right?
Ocean, I believe. $110 fucking dollars?
Rat King, man. You gotta pay for a premium. Who's opening for him?
Theo's great. I don't know. But Theo's great, but that's like I'm not trying to say he's not on Bill Burr or like Rogan echelon, but like that's what I paid for like Burr or like like Theo. I feel like he's like more of like a Burt Segura like $60 or $70 ticket. Like,
yeah, that's a little.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
a bit of a premium. It's probably because he's got all those MMA fucking dudes that follow him, and they just pay fucking like a shitload of money for everything.
No, that's not the reason why a fucking 6,000 seat arena is costing $100 a ticket.
In my head, it is.
No, his 6 MMA friends.
Yeah,
that fucking makes sense.
He's like rolls like pretty deep with all of them. Like he's got like all those dudes from.
That has nothing to do with the cost of tickets.
No. Like he just has like a broader appeal now because people know him from like because he's doing like other.
He has a huge draw, but I'm just saying like that's a lot for a fucking stand-up show. And these were not great seats. These were like back wing. Like, you know what I mean? Like this was not. So I know Shep Doggy and the fellas, Stu and Smalls, were trying to plan on going. I
could sneak in.
I might hold off until like closer to it and see if we can snag something for cheap on StubHub. That might have been my game plan.
Yeah, that could work.
I'll pay $100 to see Theo, but I'm like, that's kind of fucking ridiculous. Like, just on principle, I kind of want to wait and see if I can get him for like 75
on site,
or something.
Go over there and fight him.
That's Joe's move, man. Joey Diaz sold out for months before the fucking show, and Joe walks up to the show day of, and he's like, "Let me get a ticket for $30." We're like, "All right,
better seat than yours, too."
Yeah, literally.
I told that to my dad.
I spent like $180 on StubHub to buy mine.
I wish he was still on the phone. Jay fucking one upped that so hard the other day. I didn't know this, but he apparently my family went to go see Bruce Springsteen, and my mom paid close to like $1,200 for 2 tickets, and my dad was just wandering around on the boardwalk and got one for $70, and he was like 10 rows closer than us. It was just like
he's like, I just came to drive it, but I found a way into the show.
He was like, I just had to use the bathroom, and then like went in and like someone sold him a ticket. Like, yeah.
My worry, I've never scalped a ticket. My worry is always getting beat, and then you go in and they're like, they scan it and it turns red, and you're like, oh, fuck.
You remember when Ticketmaster used to have like, they would have like the little fucking associates and like the cops on the boardwalk with ultra like UV lights? Like, yeah, there was some guy like out there, like a cop had one. He said that like the cop like showed him it was a real ticket, so the scan fucking went in. But
you're allowed to sell your ticket like that?
Yeah, I think
it's not for a markup.
Yeah,
you're like, hey, I can't go to this show.
Yeah, I think it's like cops really don't even fucking enforce that shit. It's like when you're trying to sell like an entire fucking like fucking outfield section of a fucking baseball game.
I love the guys in Philly where they stand near the stadiums and they hold signs that's like, I need tickets. And it's like,
I have tickets.
Yeah, well, they can't say I have tickets. They can't sell them. But they could say I need tickets. Like, dude, you should be a lawyer.
Guilty. I plead the fifth.
You said something when we were on the phone with Jay. That was so dumb.
He pleads the fifth that he's just drinking a fifth of Jack behind the little sign.
You said something that was when we were on the phone with Jay that was so dumb that got me so bad. You were like, I was like, more heroin than tacos, and you were like, oh, this taco's all chewy. I don't know why it was funny. It didn't even make sense, but it fucking got me so good.
You just completely glossed over too that I took double doses of fentanyl in both my surgeries.
That's fine.
No, it's not fine. Why am I so fucking adverse to fentanyl? Apparently.
Oh, like it didn't. I thought the double dose was just like a standard. Like the first one didn't hit you.
Yeah, both times they were like the first time I was coming out of surgery, I was making weird noises. I kept yelling at the lady to give me something to bite on, and she was like, "No," and I'm like, "Oh," and she's like, "I'll give you more pain drugs." And then she comes over, shoots up the fentanyl. I was like, "Give me more," and she's like, "I've already given you a double dose," and I'm like, "Fine," and just went to sleep, and then woke up again like a couple hours later. She gave me OxyContin so I could get to because like that is it's got the coating or whatever with the antibiotics on it. So
time release.
Yeah. So I took the
antibiotics is on OxyContin.
No. No, Norcos. It might be that. I don't know. It tasted like a fucking candy. That's all.
Delicious.
It was really good.
I just want to taste this with my nose now.
Taste this with my arm. You know, it really hits. The best taste buds are between your toes.
My elbow pit is thirsty.
Yeah. Oh, they hit me in the hand too. So like, I got this massive fucking bruise.
They got me. I did blood work last week, and they fucking. It's not bad. It's not bad now, but it was sore for like fucking. Normally it doesn't bother me, but it was sore for a few days after.
Shout out to LabCorp though. Those fucking chicks over there.
We talked on this last time.
Did we?
I think it was like the day I got it done. We talked about it. I remember talking about it. You guys always repeat content. We don't get comments like that.
Dude, we have.
It's my own comments.
We've had some guy commenting on like random videos. Someone say something.
Johnny said, "Yo, I could probably get tickets for cheap." Word. Well, we need.
Oh yeah. What's up, Johnny?
His girl works at fucking Ocean in the entertainment department. So
tell her to bring the fucking poker room back. Like, come on,
I'm sure,
get that shit rolling.
Sure, Ange has control over
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. It's
my
her
friend
department.
Joe, that's going to bring about $72 a day here, wants you to fucking revamp the poker room.
Yeah, no, it's not. They just got rid of it. I miss it.
Yeah, we would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Vinny,
6 for Johnny. 6 tickets.
what about Vinny?
Vinny can't go to see Theo.
Come on, Vinny's gonna go see Theo.
No,
Come on, bring him.
no.
Get your baby autographed by Theo.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be. Can I sign like Ricky
Get the
Bobby?
meet and greet. Like, you sign my baby's forehead. That would definitely get talked about on the podcast.
Bro, like it's like the,
Just
the
write,
line.
write
the line
two BLACKTOOth podcasts.
Yeah, like
from Theo.
it's the line from Talladega Nights. Can you sign my baby? It's just,
I was in Atlantic City, and they got some strange characters up there. So one guy asked me to sign his baby, and
the other guy kept trying to
guy
ask
asked you
me.
to sign his baby, you obliged. So I signed that baby.
Well, you know,
Shout out to Vincent.
I come from
Tucko.
humble upbringings, and honestly, that's
My
like more of a.
understanding is they're from an area that's kind of like Louisiana. It's called Tuckahoe.
I have the Louisiana plates too on my fucking truck still. Which is,
There you go. You should just bring the plate in and have them sign
I
that.
have to get it retitled. I should actually.
Well, no, you could just take it off and then screw it back on when you come outside. Just bring a fucking 8mm socket.
That's not a bad idea.
That's
Actually,
pretty cool.
Hey Theo, I used to live in this shithole and had to
Theo's
move
not
away.
listening to this. Oh, I thought you were like talking to him.
How delusional do you think I am? I'm not
Pretty delusional.
I'm not still on fentanyl.
Well, we've always referred to like Tom and Bert as our like
Our
cohorts.
peers, yeah. How many times am I going to do that this episode?
Pretty good at it.
I know. I should do a cooking show where I bring you over and just cook you food, and then
Oh, what do they call it? Something's burning.
Yeah. Did you see the Legion of Skanks one?
I don't watch that show.
I know, just the part I sent you where Lewis, like, there's just this like awkward cut where like Bert makes a really dumb joke, and then Lewis just kind of like has to fake laughter and just goes. And then like Dave just goes into the next topic, and it's just
Wasn't Normand on that one and made a joke about like his dad getting stabbed to death or something? Like,
Yeah.
God, watch the knife.
Yeah.
Remember Lewis's
Oh,
dad.
yeah. There was one where they were talking about a guy's car that got destroyed because a tree fell on it, and Norman is like, Carrie Underwood.
Was it you who told me the thing about Lewis rollerblading out of
Oh, no, it's the Matt and Shane thing where they told the story about them discovering Lewis fucking on 9/11 rollerblading. We have met this guy. We have met him. He is a nice guy. He's funny, but like
Oh,
the
dude.
aggressive persona he takes online makes this so much.
He was like kind of chubby back then too.
Dude,
Like,
just
did we talk about this yet, or did I just hear it on my own?
No, you heard about it on your own. That's the funniest
dude.
fucking
It
thing.
was on a recent episode then,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
He was just like chubby Lewis and like Jinko jeans, just like rollerblading down the fucking BQE or whatever. Like rollerblading across the George Washington Bridge.
Yeah, he said because like all the trades and shit, like all transportation got shut down, and he had to go like to his sister's house or whatever.
Yeah.
Like somewhere. So he just had to get like
Rode from
18
like the Bronx to like fucking Rockaway or
Yeah.
something.
It's
like an
literally,
hour
like,
car ride.
One end of fucking the 5 boroughs to like the literal other end of the borough. Like
On blades,
Yeah,
dude.
on rollerblades. And it's like Shane was like, oh, I thought it was like 8 miles or something like that. It was like 28 miles. And he's had to go up a fucking on-ramp. Like, we've rode roller
On
skates.
blades during the
Dude,
apocalypse,
dude.
dude. Heart is probably pounding, dude. Al Qaeda's coming, and you're just fucking.
I just had that,
It's an
like,
action movie. Bombs blowing up behind you. You're just like, gotta get to my sister's house.
There's a mental image to it. Just
Imagine an emergency.
having to fork his feet out like a duck so he can go up the on-ramp.
Oh,
You lose all momentum on rollerblades.
he's like crawling up it.
Like when you fall over like on skis or whatever.
Start rolling backwards. You don't even think about that. I haven't really rollerbladed up many hills.
Yeah, it's like
It's usually a
brutal.
flat surface, but it's just like imagine us during a fucking cataclysmic event. We're just like,
I know.
get the blades out of the trunk, and we're just like booking it down Route 50. Fucking blades, dude.
I don't know why this just hit me. This is the funniest shit ever. Remember when our friend TC went to Europe with
Shout out
his
to Tyler.
Yeah, when he went to
He did the speed rollerblading trip in like Sweden.
He immediately got all of his fucking shit stolen on a train.
I don't remember that part.
he's
I don't
got
think he
his
told us that part.
He got his passport, like all his fucking money and
Oh.
shit stolen like immediately.
He was
on
in
the
like
train.
Italy or Sweden or something like that. That was actually a pretty sick trip.
No. I was jealous as fuck on the trip. I was like, because he told me, he was like, yeah, like I'm going over there. We're gonna go on like this like tour. And I was like, is it like a bike tour? He's like, no, you rollerblade from like town to town. And it's like everything's like set up so that you're just like kind of go, and it's all
You're
like
in a group of like 10 people.
Which sounded like, it was like, okay, like fuck you, that actually sounds really cool. And then like immediately as soon as he gets there or whatever, I get a call, or like I don't even remember if he was texting or
fucking
what.
MySpace DM.
Something like that. It was just like, dude, someone stole my passport and all my shit. Like on a train.
How the fuck do you get home in that situation?
You go to the consul or the embassy or whatever,
gotcha.
and the consulate, I think, is what
that's
they're
like
called.
nightmare fuel.
It is. I was really worried about getting arrested in Germany. By the way, did I ever tell you about how fucking cool the fucking typewriter museum was?
No.
The typewriter museum might be like
the fucking Gutenberg Museum or something. Is that
nah, it's not
press?
that's the printing press.
Gotcha.
Steve Gutenberg. Yeah. Johannes Gutenberg. No, but there was a typewriter museum in Sonia's hometown, and I insisted on her taking me there. And the guy was like really fucking cool and really enthusiastic about typewriters.
Typewriters are fucking sick.
I got to see the world's largest collection of IBM typewriters, even before the company was called International
Was there
Business
a house
Machine.
made out of typewriters there?
There was not a house made out of typewriters there, sadly.
Why not?
I agree. Fuck. Get your shit together, Germany. Fucking build a house out of typewriters, you fucking faggots.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah, we're on live.
That's fine.
Just no N-bombs.
Definitely can't say that. Definitely no N-bombs on live. Those nice people.
I want to read the we need to get a Jamie now.
That's been the same comment.
Oh.
Girlie was like, tell me about
My gas cap.
Donna said, see you boys, got to go to work. And Johnny said, yeah, I could probably get tickets for cheap. That's been the extent of the comments. I think we've had maybe 7 different people pop in. 3 or 4 real ones and then 3 robots.
Right on.
I just did this for shits and giggles, just to like, fuck it, why not? Like,
Yeah.
charge my phone and make sure I'm not playing on it the whole time, so I'll just fucking put the live on.
Hell yeah.
Saying it to Tina, I was like, if I don't answer your text, like I'm trying not to be like the Opie on the pod, just fucking answering texts like mid while we're recording, like I'm on video while you're talking, fucking typing away. Like, yep. Mm-hmm.
So what else we
Let's
got
just put
going
it out
on?
of arm's reach. Something I wanted to touch on, we were still talking about poker. It was just a random thought. I'm like, how would you try, like if it was me and you at a table, how do you think we could get away with signaling?
With colluding? Oh, easy. Just
How would you signal? Like, would you blink? Would you fucking... I was trying to think of a way to do it.
Just text you. I'd put
You could be on your phone.
I'd get one of those like blinder things so you can't see from the wings, and then I'd just have you on my phone and just be like, don't bet. Like, you know.
You're allowed to be on your phone at the poker table?
Oh, yeah. If you're in a hand, you're just not allowed to answer a phone call. But, like, I've had cards in front of me and been texting and, like, raising people.
That's pretty retarded.
I mean, fucking, it's like...
You think people do that in AC? They get popped for colluding?
all the fucking time. Dude, I mean, like...
We should do it and see what happens.
No, because I don't want to get...
Picks in the back and smash our hands to the hammers.
Which hand do you shuffle your checks with?
man.
But I don't, like, also, it's like, it's bad etiquette, like, for obvious reasons. There's people that are better at the table than you that will pick up on that you're doing something shady. And there are people that I have seen that have been handled for colluding. It's like, you don't really have, like, legal recourse because it's your obligation as the player to protect your cards. And if in some way, shape, or form, without that guy physically getting up and going over and looking at your card or like doing something to you or berating you into like if he just is like finding a way to circumvent the system where you're not protecting your cards well enough that someone else can see them, I mean, it's kind of on you. And it's like, I don't agree with that, but that's
so
like,
can you fake being poor at protecting your cards?
Yeah, I mean,
Or do you think there's sharks that like literally pick up on like fucking squids that are like not protecting their cards well?
Squids.
That's a motorcycle term. If you're a fucking noob like me, you're a squid.
Wait, so like, what's a grommet then?
A grommet?
Is that like
something?
Is that like a surfing term? A surfing term? Okay,
it's just like a noob, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. It's kind of hurt my ear. But yeah, like...
they hurt my fucking ears. That's why I switched to the buds.
Well, I'm not normally wearing these sunglasses.
True.
But no, like, I would say, like, if we were going to collude or something, just, like, text. Like, but it's...
I didn't think it would be that simple. I was like, would we blink twice if I got 5s?
There's, like, people that try to...
fucking scratch your nose.
We've actually, like, I re-listened. I've brought both of these up before, too. There's the Mike Postle, and then there was the Roby. And, like, both of those were, like... handled like pretty aptly. Like Mike Postle played on streams and he had that thing in his hat that vibrates, and somebody that was in the control room had a live feed of the car, everybody's whole cards, and would just send him Morse code in his hat. And then Roby,
Morse code, dude, that's fucking... I I mean, a lot of money
like,
on the line.
Not
but
like Morse code, but like they just really like yes, bet, or like, no bet, like, two don't
two
bet,
yes,
yeah,
one no.
some dumb shit like that. But yeah, then Robbie or Roby or whatever her fucking name is, they were saying that she had like some fucking thing on her stomach because she was sitting weird and like reacting to it. But like she's good. She's just that like kind of ditzy. Like I kind of.
Do you think she really had something? I remember hearing about that.
Yeah,
one.
I don't think that she did. I think she just bluffed Garrett like real hard, and Garrett got like kind of upset because like sometimes you can just make a really dumb move that pays off. I've had that happen multiple times.
That's poker.
I have gone all in with like the worst hand and then gotten lucky on the fucking river, and it's like it's called a suck out.
It's aggressive, dude.
Yeah, it's very aggressive.
Not aggressive. It's addicting. When you start playing aggressive like that is addicting, is what I was trying to say. 'Cause
yeah,
I used to play it was just practice. It was like free online poker where like you can buy more chips, but they give you like 1,000 chips a day or whatever.
Yeah.
You fuck around. I forget what the site was. But
Royal something.
I think so. Royal Poker maybe.
Yeah.
And eventually just got to a point where like it wasn't exciting unless I was just going all in every hand. So
yeah.
Like, this isn't real money, but like you do suck out, and like you're just like, dude, I have 50,000 fake chips now.
like once in a while it pays off. Like there's been like times where I've gone there where just
it's
like
a horrible long term strategy though. 'Cause 4 hands later you're fucking broke.
Absolutely. There is like a time though when you like for position reasons, like it does make sense to just be like real aggressive with nothing. Like even like good hand, bad hand, or whatever. Just
if
because
you're gonna lose soon anyway, just fucking try and.
That's like in a tournament. Yeah, if like you're playing cash, you can always top off. That's like kind of one of the things about cash that I like. But you can be down, but you can never.
Well, can't you just rebuy in a tournament too?
You can. Depends on where you're at though. If like you're if there's no re-entry and the bubble hasn't been burst yet, then you can be in that weird gray area of making no money and just having spent a whole bunch to sit there for playing with fake money for a couple hours, which I've done quite a bit. But like, I guess the fucking what were we talking about?
Signaling each other or
no, before that. No, after that, I guess. But yeah, whatever. I guess signaling would be like, it gets handled like very aptly.
What the fuck were we just talking about?
I have no fucking idea. So I had an idea for a bit. I want to hire a stenographer. I want to get like a stenographer to sit in with us and like hire for an hour or something. And just have like hey, can you read that
just
back?
Just her in the background, like
just
a small desk
on the fucking
smoking like giant blunts.
Yeah, they're just like tapping away, and then it's like, can you read that back to me? Actually, Mr. Skrock has said to Jake, you're
in the comments. What were we just talking about? Yeah. That's what we need. We need someone to watch and just be like, fucking text you like, you guys were talking about aquarium fish, you fucking idiots.
Mayans.
So yeah, I didn't expect signaling to be as simple as a fucking blurry screen protector and texting each other.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that get picked up on, you think?
Probably. But I mean, it's like...
I want to do it and I want to get caught and I want to see what happens. We just get blacklisted from that casino?
Yeah, probably.
Just do it at like Harris or somewhere that we don't like.
Well, like I said, there was the time that like technically there's collusion. And I've been guilty of collusion on multiple accounts, but it's just like they don't prosecute, or not prosecute, but they just don't enforce it. So, all right.
Make a buddy on the break, smoking a dart, and then you come back in. He just gives you a wink like, fold, dude. I got the nuts.
Here's a specific situation. High hands are when you have, in all the Atlantic City casinos, I think the lowest high hand that is a qualifier is aces full of kings. So if you sit and you pick up like pocket aces or pocket kings or something like that, like you are going to play the hand the way that you normally would play because that's a premium, it's a good hand or whatever. But you have an incentive now. There's like a $300 bonus where if in a half hour or an hour period somebody gets aces full of kings or better, whoever gets the highest hand in that hour period, like you get an extra $300, $600, $900, whatever. So it adds to a different dynamic to the game because now people will play like random shit like, pocket deuces because it could connect and like you could get quad deuces and that's like a high hand. Like I said, it changes up the dynamic of the game. It makes it like so that everybody's playing a little more aggressively. It stimulates pots to get bigger. But to qualify for that, you need to use both of your whole cards, and there needs to be $30 in the pot. So to get there, sometimes it'll be like I get to like, let's say I have pocket aces. Flop comes out, fucking deuce, 5. I check, the guy checks, so there's only still $4 in the pot. The turn card's an ace. I check, he checks again. Now the river card's another ace, so I have quads now. And let's say, just for argument's sake, the guy also has 4 deuces. Both of us have a qualifying high hand. That's actually a bad beat. That would be way more money than this, but like just for argument's sake, I would look to him and go, to something to the effect of everybody's got their own little way of saying it, but it's like, my car needs to go into the shop, and then whatever the difference is, you put usually like if it's a $30 qualifier, like $15 in, or like, yeah, it's snowy outside, and you put $15 in, and that is usually your way of saying, I have the nuts, I have the high hand, but I'm going to give you your bet back, and that is collusion. But if I was to say, I have the high hand, you should call me on this, then we would both be escorted away from the
everyone
table.
at the table knows what's happening,
Even
but it's just
including the dealers, including the pit bosses. You just can't outright say it. So there was this one time I was at Borgata, a guy doubled up through, or not doubled up.
Do you have a go-to saying, or do you just say something weird?
Mine's my car in the shop. Like I'll literally have like $15 in my hand, because it's like if it just checks around, there's a couple
three fucking reds.
Three reds, just be like, my car's in the shop, and then pop it down. Only ever hit one high hand, and that was at Ocean of all places. But I didn't even realize that I hit it. I thought I just had 2 pair, and it was a full house. But easy come, easy go. But yeah, no. So like the guy that doubled up through me, or got the high hand or whatever, fucking, he gave me my $15 back from the.
Donnie said you guys were talking about the Swole Poppy bowling team.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the Swole Poppy bowling team. Did you see the intro to last week's?
No.
It's Pete Weber freaking out.
Oh, you used that as the intro?
Yeah,
you sent it to me. That's me and Johnny love that fucking clip.
That fucking clip is so fucking fun.
Who do you think you are? I am.
I am.
He's the best.
You don't even know.
I loved him. I loved the fucking Duke. The old dude. He's real. I think he's in the retired circuit now.
Belmo's been on my
Duke,
fucking...
Belmo and Kyle Troop. I love the two-handers.
Troop's the guy with the big fro, right?
Yeah, they're both two-handers.
They're Canadian?
Belmo's an Aussie. I don't know where Troop's from.
Okay, because that guy with the fro has a fucking nasty fucking curve, but we were talking about ball control the other day, and it's like, it looks like every throw that he makes is just going to go right into the gutter. But
yeah.
Like, it's like unreal how fucking...
And they're on like the most gnarly oil patterns. It's like so oily. They have the most aggressive balls. Like if you use that ball in a house lane, it would go wide, and then it would launch into the other fucking gutter.
You would never hit the pins. It would just cross over Broad Street.
Yeah.
Like, just fucking...
Far Brooklyn. It would go to fucking Bronx. Like, you'd be in Harlem,
end up in fucking Long Island. End up in Spain. Fuck. Geography.
Digging my way to China.
Moon.
Did you know we know what the core's earth smells like?
What does it smell like?
Raspberries and wine.
It says who?
Molly from Molly's Game. It's like some small... And the lawyer's like, why do you know these facts? And she was like, when I was running the games, I would spend my time surfing the internet. So she knew all these random facts. But yeah, apparently the Earth's core smells like some gas that makes raspberries have their smell and wine have their smell or something.
Okay.
Yeah, some like...
Sounds
forget what the chemical is.
Sounds gay.
Yeah, pretty fucking gay.
Sounds like some shit chicks say at parties when they're not interesting.
You know, our Earth's core smells like Merlot.
Bitch, give me another beer.
Coors Light.
Like,
what's wrong with the beer we got?
What's wrong with the beer we have?
Pretty good.
Fucking Miller. Cool. We could just put Opie and Anthony on at this point. Just do that bit.
All right, time to switch over to the page.
Yeah.
Steal everyone's fucking
Can we actually switch over to the page in the form of me going to take a leak real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.